Okay, this is what I've discovered so far, and I'm not sure if, I'm not sure how I feel about it. I'm gonna need some time. It's pretty much, I was looking into, it got down to our taxpayer dollars going to the Ukraine, and how true this is and for what reason. Okay, so what I've been able to figure out is at least $1 billion. Obama came on TV and said we are loaning, he made this point of loaning the money to the Ukraine, $1 billion, in an effort to get them going on gas production, on the technical aspects, all the aspects of getting themselves self-sufficient, so they wouldn't have to depend on Russia. Because Russia is they're depending a lot on Russia. They can't keep their country running, So Russia kind of still has their thumb on them as far as energy is concerned. And I think the U.S. is doing everything it can to keep the Ukraine on our side. And Obama went on in this when he mentioned this $1 billion loan about the democratic elections coming up in the Ukraine and all this. So what I can interpret out of this is about $1 billion of taxpayer money that I can confirm seems to have gone to the Ukraine to help them get out from underneath the thumb of Russia's influence on energy, because Russia could more or less control them. It's a cold country and everything. I mean, they're very dependent on gas. So this is our effort to pull them away from Russia. And try to get them going with a democratic, away from the Russia's influence. And also, I imagine strategically, it would be a huge, point for us, having the Ukraine as a partner right in Russia's backyard. Again, I don't think anybody feels good when they hear about $1 billion going to help another country. The two things, like I said, once it's explained why, and when you put it into, make it relative to all the other stuff, all the other money that we hand out and the reasons why we hand it out to all the other countries, it makes sense. Is it tied in any way to Burisma? I can't see that. I don't know if the timeline matches up. I don't know. I mean, to me, it makes good sense on why this $1 billion would have gone to the Ukraine. I haven't found any connection between this $1 billion and Burisma. I don't know. I have to investigate it further. I got to admit, it gives me a bad feeling in a few places. How much of this billion went to Burisma, and from there, where did it go? But let me stress, this is just about who I'm going to vote for in the 2020 election. Has nothing to do with Trump impeachment. What Trump did is above and beyond any of this. This has nothing to do with the impeachment in my eyes. I need to know the moral character, how solid a man Joe Biden is. Not Hunter Biden, Joe Biden. So I'm continuing to dig down, and I'm getting a few more questions and not so many answers. So I'm going to keep investigating on this. All right, you guys stay tuned.
Ukraine $1 billion if they fire the prosecutor investigating his son's company.
If the prosecutor's not fired, you're not getting the money. Oh, son of a bitch. Got fired.
But when President Trump asks Ukraine to investigate corruption, the Democrats want to impeach him, and their media lapdogs fall in line. They lost the election. Now they want to steal this one. Don't let them.
I'm Donald Trump, and I approve this message.
Okay, guys, I just showed you this this Trump commercial. It's deceiving. Okay, let me put it in context from as far as I could figure out. There was $1 billion. Obama had promised $1 billion to the Ukraine. It was to get them out from under the thumb of Russia, so they could have, and it was for energy, for gas, to get their own independence from Russia, so they weren't under Russia's thumb, and so they could hold free and clean democratic elections. To me, it looked like a worthy cause. Plus, having a ally in Russia's own backyard, the Ukraine, would be a great thing. So I think that was the thought process behind helping the Ukraine get up on its feet energy-wise. Biden says this because that prosecutor at the time was dirty. He was the one, they were worried about sending any money over there at that time with having any dirty politicians, any dirty prosecutors or whatever in office. So Biden was saying here, if we're going to give you any cash, you got to clean up your act because we don't want to misspend U.S. tax dollars. I think coincidentally, this prosecutor who got thrown out was the one that hired Biden. So in effect, as far as I could tell, it goes against any common sense. Wouldn't Biden keep quiet and want to keep that prosecutor in there and not say anything? If it's Hunter Biden's buddy and he's dirty, wouldn't Biden just zip it? But he did the opposite here. He called the prosecutor out, the guy that was tied into his own son, and wanted him fired and kicked the fuck out before they got any money. As far as I can tell, that seems like the most righteous thing to do. Like I said, I'm not going for any of this easy. I'm not going to fall for the top layer. I'm going to keep digging down here. That's what it looks like to me. And, on this commercial, Trump cut it and diced it. So it looks like, Biden just wants to hand money out to the Ukraine, coincidentally where his son's working. And it's not that at all. It's not that at all. I could see the reason that the United States wants to help Ukraine and get them more over into U.S. as an U.S. ally and out from under Russia influence, especially energy-wise. But especially the part about the prosecutor, it's illogical that it goes against logical thinking that Biden would come out and remove this prosecutor who would be the contact, who would be a dirty link. If there was a dirty link, why would Biden's father call it out and tell him and cut off the money unless the dirty link was cut out? It seems like the most upstanding, honest thing to do. That's what it looks like. Like I said, I'm going to keep digging here. I'm not going to fall for the top layer of the icing. I want to dig a little deeper here, but that's what I got so far. All right, thanks guys. Stay tuned. I'm into this, man. I'm salivating. I want to get down to the dirty here and see if there is anything dirty, or if not, I want an answer on this. So stay tuned.